Welcome to Streaming News Network, Evening Edition, by J. Claude McDaniel. News without the hype and biased reporting. Please like and subscribe.
This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. New court documents are shedding light on a deadly stabbing in Del Rio, Texas, that left a 32-year-old mother of 5 dead. Authorities allege that 19-year-old Amaya Cookie Diaz was the individual who repeatedly stabbed Caroline Caro Pena during a confrontation in broad daylight. Diaz, along with her sister, 21-year-old Kitty Mia Diaz, and their friend, 21-year-old Kyandra Renee Foz, has been charged with first-degree murder. A judge has set bond for each defendant at $5 million. According to investigators, the confrontation began after Pena drove to Foz's residence. Surveillance video reportedly shows Cookie Diaz exiting a vehicle holding what investigators believe was a knife before confronting Pena. Police allege Pena was stabbed in the back before the other 2 suspects joined in the assault. Pena was taken to a local hospital by her nephew before being transferred to a hospital in San Antonio, where she died approximately 7 hours later from her injuries. During their initial court appearance, all 3 defendants requested court-appointed attorneys. The case remains under investigation as prosecutors prepare for the next phase of court proceedings. This is J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. A Michigan couple is facing second-degree murder and multiple child abuse charges following the death of their 7-year-old son, a case prosecutors describe as one of severe and prolonged neglect. Authorities say Casper O'Brien died in November of last year after emergency responders were called to the family's home in Flint Township. An autopsy determined the child died from dilated cardiomyopathy, a serious heart condition commonly associated with extreme obesity. At the time of his death, Casper reportedly weighed 255 pounds and had a body mass index of more than 71, far above the expected range for a child his age. Investigators allege the boy had not received recommended specialist care after a previous medical evaluation. Court records also describe the family's home as being in poor condition and claim the child suffered from bed sores, skin disorders, and a diet consisting largely of potato chips and French fries. Prosecutors have also filed a child abuse charge involving the boy's 5-year-old sister, who investigators say was found in poor hygienic condition and was also significantly overweight. The parents remain in custody and are scheduled to appear in court on July 2. Their attorneys say it is too early to comment on the allegations and emphasize that both defendants are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. This is J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. President Donald Trump is urging gasoline retailers across the United States to lower fuel prices immediately, arguing that recent declines in crude oil prices should translate into savings for consumers. In a public statement, the president said crude oil is trading at approximately $68 per barrel and called current gasoline prices too high. He urged retailers to reduce prices without delay and warned that price gouging is illegal, adding that businesses failing to respond could face consequences. President Trump also suggested gasoline prices should move toward approximately $2.50 per gallon, saying American families deserve relief at the pump. The president also criticized California's gasoline taxes, arguing they have become excessively high and place an unnecessary financial burden on drivers. He claimed the state's fuel taxes are approaching the cost of the gasoline itself and called on California officials to reduce those taxes. Gasoline prices continue to fluctuate based on several factors, including crude oil costs, refining expenses, transportation, taxes, and regional market conditions. This is J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Actress Mayim Bialik, best known for her role on The Big Bang Theory, says she felt unsafe in her own home after facing public criticism over comments she made during the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking on a recent podcast, Bialik said she questioned whether prolonged school closures and other pandemic-related policies were in the best interest of children. She also said she wanted to discuss issues surrounding the Black Lives Matter demonstrations without being labeled for asking questions. Bialik emphasized that she considers herself a lifelong liberal but said some critics, including members of her own family, accused her of supporting Republican positions simply because she expressed concerns about certain policies. She also recalled receiving criticism after suggesting that then-President Joe Biden should reconsider his re-election campaign. The actress said the experience reflected the growing political polarization that emerged during the pandemic, adding that healthy public debate should allow room for differing opinions without personal attacks. Bialik also reflected on her career, describing how landing a role on The Big Bang Theory provided financial stability and health insurance after years of uncertainty in the entertainment industry. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Authorities have identified the victim of a fatal single-vehicle crash that occurred early Saturday morning in Florence County. The Gabriel Campbell, 19, of the Johnsonville area, was pronounced dead at the scene after the crash on Possum Fork Road near Holder Boulevard. According to investigators, Campbell was driving a 2007 Chevrolet Silverado eastbound when the pickup truck left the left side of the roadway, entered a ditch, overturned, and then struck a tree. The Florence County coroner said Campbell died from injuries sustained in the crash. The circumstances surrounding why the vehicle left the roadway have not yet been determined. The crash remains under investigation by the South Carolina Highway Patrol and the Florence County Coroner's Office. This is Claude McDaniel of Streaming News Network. Online reports are claiming that Savannah Guthrie's colleagues at NBC are preparing contingency plans in the event the Today Show anchor needs to take leave from the program. The reports allege that network officials are monitoring an evolving family situation and are prepared to adjust on-air staffing if necessary. They also claim former Today co-anchor Hoda Kotb has expressed a willingness to assist should the need arise. The same reports reference anonymous messages claiming to possess evidence related to an alleged investigation involving a member of Guthrie's family. According to those accounts, the information was forwarded to federal authorities for review. It is important to note that these claims have not been independently verified, and no public confirmation has been issued by NBC, Savannah Guthrie, or federal investigators regarding the reported allegations or any staffing changes. Streaming News Network will continue to follow this story and report verified developments as they become available. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. The Alabama high school wrestling community is mourning the tragic loss of Ryan Lambert, a two-time Alabama state wrestling champion, who died following a single-vehicle crash Friday night. He was 16 years old. Lambert earned widespread respect for his accomplishments on the wrestling mat, capturing 2 state championships during his high school career. Coaches, teammates, and members of the wrestling community are remembering him not only for his athletic success but also for his dedication, sportsmanship, and character. Details surrounding the crash have not been fully released, and authorities continue to investigate the circumstances. Tributes have continued to pour in from across Alabama, with many expressing condolences to Lambert's family, friends, teammates, and school community as they grieve the loss of a promising young athlete whose life ended far too soon. Streaming News Network extends its sympathies to all those affected by this tragedy. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Country music superstar Shania Twain is generating mixed reactions online following a recent performance at London's Wembley Stadium, where she appeared as an opening act for Harry Styles. Social media users debated Twain's stage outfit and choreography after videos from the concert spread online. While some critics described the performance as overly theatrical or questioned her wardrobe choices, others praised the 60-year-old entertainer for her confidence, energy, and willingness to perform on her own terms. Twain has previously spoken openly about aging and body image, saying she no longer worries about meeting others' expectations. In recent interviews, she explained that menopause changed how she viewed herself and helped her embrace greater self-confidence after years of struggling with body image. Many fans echoed that message, applauding her for continuing to perform and encouraging others to focus on her decades-long career and musical talent rather than her appearance. The online discussion reflects the continuing debate over age, body confidence, and public expectations placed on performers in the entertainment industry. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Actor Brad Pitt has won another legal victory in his ongoing dispute with former wife Angelina Jolie over the ownership of Château Miraval. A California appeals court has ruled that businessman Yuri Scheffler may be required to participate in the lawsuit after judges concluded there was sufficient evidence connecting him to the transaction involving Jolie's sale of her ownership interest in the French winery. Pitt alleges that Jolie violated an agreement giving him the first opportunity to purchase her share before it was sold to another buyer. Jolie has disputed Pitt's claims throughout the legal proceedings. The appeals court's decision allows the case to continue, with additional testimony and evidence expected as both sides prepare for trial. The dispute over Château Miraval has continued for several years and remains separate from the couple's divorce and prior custody proceedings. The trial is currently scheduled to begin in February of 2027, with mediation planned beforehand. The ruling marks another chapter in one of Hollywood's longest-running legal battles, although the underlying claims have yet to be decided in court.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and our short reports. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.